So I'm excited to narrate this search for Robin Lux and her dog Ruby. Um, this was their first Q in Detective, so a huge accomplishment. If you look on her YouTube page, you'll see that Robin has Ruby like riding on scooters and stuff. So she obviously is a phenomenal trainer, and they did great on this search. So I'm just going to comment on a few things. One is Ruby has a pretty variable alert. Now, I like the nose press alert, but Robin does a great job reading her. So right here at the start, you can see that Ruby's focused forward. She brings her through nice and calm and slowly, right? A really good job right at that start. Ruby is in odor right here on the back side of this table. She is sourcing now. She works it around to the front side of the table, does a scratch alert, and Robin calls it. The judge does not answer her right away. Now, that is so scary. Almost every time Iona falses, it's her very first hide. So I don't know why the judge didn't call it. Maybe she wasn't paying attention or Ruby wasn't very accurate. But regardless, Robin took it in stride and kept going. So a nice recovery there. I can't imagine how scary that must have been. So Ruby does a great job getting right back to work. This dog is a great worker, as you can see. And you can see she's in odor again right here. Robin takes a step back to give her space. So here she gives a focused alert and then look back. And Robin kind of pushes her back into that area. So, it's hard to tell not knowing a dog that well, but I would have liked for Robin to call it that first time and not ask her, not re-cue her to alert again. But it worked out just fine. They clear this area and keep moving on. Robin does a nice job at letting Ruby lead right here. So you can see that she lets Ruby choose which direction to go. Ruby chooses to go in here. It's a nice crisp change of behavior. Robin steps back and allows her space to source that hide. So a nice handling right there. Robin also does a good job at pushing her deep into this corner so that she can find this hide under those stools. So far, they're just rocking this search. You can see that Ruby doesn't care about that hide after she's found it. This is a really interesting hide here. You can see that Ruby is in odor over here by this bookshelf. Robin does a good job. You see how she's stepping back, giving her space. You can notice how her stance isn't planted. She isn't, backing her into a corner, but allowing her the freedom to move around this room. And I certainly was surprised when I saw Ruby work it back to this other bookshelf. But Robin did a great job again, calling alert there. These two were an awesome team. Robin does a great job reading her. I like how she lets Ruby make the decision to leave, and Ruby right here goes straight for that next hide outside.
Yes.
So this is when the search starts to get a little weird. I think that Ruby is a lot stronger working inside than outside, and you'll see that. She gets in this really interesting area here, and for the life of me, I can't tell if there's odor here or if it's distractor, because it really looks like she's in odor here. When I watched this video for the first time, I expected there to be a hide under this windowsill. Now she looks like she's kind of distractor sniffing. There is a puddle right there, so it's possible that odor from somewhere is pooling down in there. But regardless, Robin doesn't call it, and Ruby doesn't false alert. So that was a hard one for me to read. Now, this is not as hard. You can see that Ruby sticks her nose right on the ground, then shows some real classic distractor sniffing here right there.
Come on, let's find it.
So that is what a dog looks like when they're smelling pee or something else. Now she looks like she's back in odor again. She's got her head high. She's catching bits of odor. Robin is moving her around to the other side, and that looks like distractors. So you can see that this dog has got a little bit of a problem with distractors outside, but it doesn't stop her from hitting this hide. and alerting really clearly right there on that container. Now, you're going to see right here how good Robin is at reading Ruby. If I was a judge, I would have put one right in the head of that, dragon thing. Now look at this. She looks like she's an odor. She doesn't look back. Robin doesn't call it. She knows her dog really well. So, even though she doesn't have that super clear nose press alert, she sometimes gives a look back. She sometimes gives a scratch. Robin is really good at reading her. So I think she takes her back in this area just to make sure there's nothing there, and she's very clear. So, overall, this was a phenomenal search. It's hard to find any sort of constructive criticism to give these two. I think that Ruby would have done really well in the interior, off leash, but I think she really did need to be on leash in the exterior. Here you can see Ruby's focus really starting to wane, right? She's jumping up on stuff. You can see her slowing down. She starts heeling next to Robin. So that's a really good sign that she thinks she's found it all. She's panting. This looks like a different dog. When she goes into the classroom, I think she gets a little more pep in her step, but she's still kind of healing up there. So, I think Robin is clear that she's checked every bit of this room and makes the correct finish call, and it's so sweet to hear how surprised she is when she calls finish.
Yes? Yes. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Congratulations. What a beautiful search.
She failed everything else today, Master.
Well,
and this is her first
save
cue
it for
at
a while.
detective.
Yay, good job.
Good job! Good job!